Oh, how y'all doing? What's going on? What's going on? It's your boy Big Dog Barking, the relationship wealth coach. We invest in love and success over here. And as you can see by the name of the title, this is Analytical Apex Solutions. Like I said, we invest in love and success over here. We invest in love and success over here. We're trying to do what's right for men. I want men to be successful. I want men to find love. I want men to find wealth. I want men to find happiness. But before we go any further in what I want from men, let me tell you what I'm not finna allow over here at this channel. If by any means you think that my channel is a woman bashing channel, you are sadly mistaken. I'm not putting out content to bash women, talk bad about women, insult women, none of that. I love women. I love women. I love them to death. Do they get on my nerves? They do. Do I talk bad about them when they get on my nerves? I do. I try to hold women accountable for their mistakes and all the wrongdoing they do in life. But this is not a channel that's going to bash women. This is not that. This is a channel to help men get the women they want. This is a channel to help men get over what obstacles, what circumstances they have in life to try to get the woman that they really want, or try to stay with the woman they got in their life. I'm trying to help men build on what they already got going on by using my past, my story, my life experiences. I'm trying to help men understand is that, hey, we're not built the same. We're not here. We're not a monolith. We're not cookie cutter. We're different. My story is not some guy's story. Some guys can't do some of the things I've done in my 44, 45 years of living and get away with it. Everybody's not that special. It don't work for everybody. All I'm doing is taking what I have been through, what I'm going through, and what I plan to do in my life and give it to y'all. Help y'all build, help y'all grow, help y'all become the men you want to be, help you maintain the relationships y'all in, help you get the relationships you want. You know what I'm saying? If you need any one-on-one coaching, conversation, or whatever the case may be, hit my Instagram. Big_dog_barking. Leave me a message. Leave me a message. Y'all have to excuse me, man. My eyeballs are kind of messed up. Raj, did you? Y'all have to pardon my eyeballs, man. They kind of jumping all across the place, man. You know what I'm saying? My vision a little blurry right now, but hey, it's getting better. But like I said, this is not a woman bashing channel. This is a channel to help men grow to be the men they want to be and help they maintain the masculinity they have already inside of them. If that's not what you over here for, yeah, we have a little fun here and there. I take jabs and shots at women here and there and all that right there. But if that's not what you're here for, is to help yourself grow as a man, get out. Leave. Unsubscribe. Do whatever you gotta do. I'm not gonna be catering and pandering to men. I'm not gonna be one of them content creators to tell you it's all women's fault for your lack of success with women. I don't believe that. I'm not gonna blow smoke up your ass. I'm not gonna pat you on the back and tell you everything gonna be all right. And the big bad woman boogeyman is a myth. No, I'm not finna make you feel no better than what you already feel. I'm not gonna kiss your ass. I don't have time. I'm not gonna do it. If that's what you're looking for, go somewhere else so they can kiss your ass and tell you it's their fault. I hold men accountable for their actions. If you feel like you a leader, you feel like you a king, you feel like you the boss, all right, bruh. We can rap a taste. If you mess up, don't blame her. You messed up. You know what you did wrong. Hold yourself accountable. Don't sit there and point fingers at no woman talking about it's their fault that you fucked up. No, I don't do that. I don't do that. I didn't do that with my basketball teams. I held every one of my players accountable for their fuck up, not the opposition. Your lack of concentration in practice, your lack of concentration in games. I held every one of my players accountable. When I heard you don't even want to try to approach women for whatever reason, I said, you're making excuses. I hate excuses. I hate when dudes come around and talk about how big bad they is, and the biggest excuse they have for why they're not successful is the woman's fault. I hate that with a passion. If I'm not going to let my son give me excuses, I'm not going to let my daughter give me excuses, I'm not going to let my wife give me excuses, if I'm not going to let anybody in my real life give me an excuse on why they fail, what makes you think I'm going to give y'all dudes an excuse? What makes y'all think I'm going to let y'all get a pass? I'm not. I can't. I won't. I'm going to do my hour. I'm going to get out what I got to get out. You're going to catch me live or you're going to catch me on the replay. I'm not going to sit at here and drag shit out 2, 3, 4 hours just for the sake of dragging shit out for 2, 3, 4 hours. I'm not finna do it. My time is precious. I have other things going on in my life than to sit up here and make y'all feel good because some woman told you you wasn't had enough money or you didn't look right and you crying. I ain't got time for that shit. I ain't got time for it. I'm not going to make no excuses for you. I'm going to tell you, look, get your ass back out there and do what you got to do or shut the fuck up and quit complaining. Either do what you got to do or leave these women alone. Quit complaining. Quit complaining. Either leave them alone or straighten up your motherfucking act and go out there and do what the fuck you got to do as a man. If that's what you want. If that's what you really want as a wife, a long-term commitment, whatever the case may be, even if you just want some boxing or one night stand, go out there and get that shit, bruh. Go out there and get that shit. You might get it on the first female you meet. You might get it on the 10th. You might get it on the 30th. But going forward, I ain't got time to hear y'all complaining about your lack of success, bro. I'm gonna look at you and say, well, what's stopping you? There's more women than men in the motherfucking world. What do you fucking want? What do you want? Go get what the hell you want or shut the fuck up and quit complaining about what you can't get. Make up your mind. Now, I done got that out the way. As you enter the building, please hit the like button. Likes are free. Share this live. And if you haven't subscribed, please hit the subscribe button. I have a goal of 1,200 I'm trying to reach before the end of April. Every subscription is appreciated. And like I just said, I'm not going to spend all day 2, 3, 4 hours. I got things to do. I was going on at 5 today, but my son got a baseball game today. I'm going to watch my son play baseball at 5 o'clock. I'll give y'all the 4. What going on? What going on? What going on? I'm going to give y'all the 4 o'clock. So anyway, the first thing I want to talk about is something I saw on Instagram today and had me wondering and had me thinking, had me scratching my big bald head. So, on Shade Room, in South Carolina, an 18-year-old high school student, cheerleader, just got expelled from school because of her OnlyFans content. It got found out she was making OnlyFans. And I know a lot of individuals will hear this and it's going to be some mixed feelings and mixed reactions and whatever the case may be. I'm just going to give y'all my point of view of this whole situation. Oh, my daughter worsen. So, my point of view about this situation is right here. Every time I look up and I see a teacher get fired because of OnlyFans, not knowing if she a good teacher or a bad teacher, she just ups and get fired because somebody found her content. Every time I hear something about a parent that does OnlyFans and her kids get suspended or expelled from school because of her content, then now we have a student that's 18, legal age of consent, that decided to make a couple of dollars on OnlyFans. She can't even walk across state to get her diploma. I look at that and I'm saying, are these women bad? Are these women problems? We don't know if this student was a bad student or not. I knew that if you go to NFHS, which is a national high school website for sports, you see her posted with her cheerleading squad in South Carolina. And you also see a picture of her in a bikini right next to the picture of her with her cheerleading squad on Shade Room on Instagram. Do that make her a bad young lady because she decided to make a couple of dollars on OnlyFans? We don't know we don't know the nature of her content. We don't know if she just on there posting shit. We don't know what she's doing on there. We just know she's on there. And she's a bad individual. Some people would say yeah. Some people would say no. I'm looking at her like she's a capitalist. She has a market for her body, and she's willing to make money for it. Just like the teachers, just like the parents. There's a market. They're attractive enough. They got a nice face, nice body, and the content is whatever the content is. There's a market for it for them to make money. They making tens of thousands of dollars. I don't know. They might be making $300-400 a month. But there's a market. There's a market. I can't knock somebody that know how to get in the market and make money. That's what we do anyway. That's what we do as people, as capitalists anyway. We live in a capitalistic society where we always trying to make a dollar. I can't knock them. I can't knock the teacher. I can't knock the parent. I can't knock that little girl. She 18. She ain't a little girl. She legal age of consent. She's 18. Can't knock them. But what be so strange to me is that we will bash these women for their decision making. We would literally say they the worst of the worst because they doing something that's been going on since the beginning of time. We would literally say they scum, pieces of shit, terrible women, gold diggers, whatever name you got for them, you gonna call them that. But what about the teachers that get away with actually having sexual relations with young male students? We seen them. We seen them having all these parties and doing drugs and doing this, that, and the third with young male students, physically touching them in some shape, form, or fashion, physically touching them. And the school systems won't make a move. They even heard the rumors, they heard the whispers. They know the teachers. They got kind of they got some suspicions that the teacher might be up to something, but they ain't got no concrete evidence. Literally getting away with, I'm not going to use the M word, but literally getting away with shit. And it'd be funny that when they finally catch up to these female teachers, they've been doing this type of shit for years. And then you get them arrested, you fire them, take them to trial, whatever the case may be, and literally give them slaps on the wrist for violating your son or your daughter. Literally violating your son or daughter. Slaps on the wrist. Time served, community service. They barely sit behind a fucking jail cell. They barely spend the night in a bunk. I don't know, it's too much for them. They do all this bullshit and then you can't put them behind bars for the bullshit they do. Give them slaps on the wrist for violating children. But a lady decides to make content. A teacher decides to make content. Don't have no dealings with these young men and young women. They doing content in the privacy of their own home. And one of her students stumbled across it. First and foremost, let's not act like these kids don't have access to these adult sites and OnlyFans. They make up lies every day. They find ways to get into shit that they don't supposed to get into. Wasn't you a child at one point in time? I know I used to get into a lot of shit at 10, 11 years old. I was doing shit I ain't had no business doing. I was listening to shit I ain't had no business listening to, and yet and still, I found a way to do it. I found a way to listen to Two Live Crew and Too Short in NWA when I was told not to listen to them. I still found a way to look at adult movies, even though my parents hid them from me. I still found a way to look at them. So let's not act that like these kids don't have access to these sites and OnlyFans and all this other stuff going on and say they innocent victims. Oh no, they're not innocent. They might be minors, but they're not innocent. So this teacher makes content in the privacy of her own home, trying to make a couple of dollars. Trying to make a few little dollars, because we all know teachers don't make shit. They don't get paid the money they should be getting paid for having to deal with your children that's bad as fuck. Don't want to listen, don't want to learn. And they come to school every day hoping that one of these kids will just act right so they can teach them something. Teachers get the short end of the stick every day because they get blamed for the students not learning anything, and they get blamed for when they try to learn shit, and the students want to give them problems. They say something to the students, then the mom and dad will come up and want to fight the teacher. And I'm so passionate about teaching because my mama was a teacher. My mama was a teacher, and she told me when she retired, before she passed away in 2003. I think she retired around 2000, 2001. And she told me, she was like, baby, as a teacher, I can't do nothing if you taking everything away from me to keep them in line. Some of y'all feel some type of way about punishments, the powder, the strap, the ruler. I grew up off that shit. When I did wrong, I got my ass whooped if I got caught in school. It was either take 4 or 5 licks from a leather strap in my hand or get called and call my mama to tell her to come up here and handle me. Go on, beat my ass. I don't want to hear what my mama got to say. So this lady, this teacher that want to make a couple of more dollars because she getting fucked over by the school system, decide to make money the best way possible. The best, easiest way possible. Making adult content in the privacy of our own home. And somehow, some way, one of her male students or female students, or better yet, one of them male teachers stumbled across her content. And you know how word get around. If it's something interesting, everybody's gonna talk about it. If it was nothing, you don't hear about it. They found her body quite attractive, and whatever she was doing on her channel, they found it quite interesting. So they had to tell this faculty member, or if it was a student, they had to tell their partner. And word traveled and word traveled and word traveled until this lady got fired. She's bad for business. We don't need this type of educator in our school building. She's bad for business. She's terrible. We don't know if her students were passing or failing. We don't know if her students were giving her problems or not. We just know that this teacher was making adult content and somebody stumbled across it, spread the word, she get fired. But you got a whole nother teacher that's actually having sex with the students that nobody rats out. Why is that? And if you know she doing, if you have a little inkling of her doing that shit, she make our school look so good. We don't want to rat out. We don't want to get her in trouble. We don't want to black eye. So we just gonna keep everything on the hood. We're gonna keep everything low till it blow over, hoping it blow over. It's amazing that when they finally catch up to them teachers, it's been years of them doing that type of shit. And then you give them a slap on the wrist. The female teachers. Because if it's a male teacher messing with a female student, we all know the case. You want to try to throw him under the jail. The female teacher that get caught, bad lady. Don't do that no more. We just literally had a teacher get pregnant by one of her students and put a child on child support. But the one that make adult content is the bad one. Yep. Call it how you want to call it. Or what about the parent that does it? And her kids get expelled or suspended from school because, again, somebody done stumbled across her content and realized it's Jimmy's and Sally's mama. And now we can't have her picking her kids up from school because there's a bad look for our school that their mother does OnlyFans. We're just going to get rid of the kids so she won't have to come back up here no more. That's a bad look for the school. Bad look. We don't need her up here. But y'all not going to tell the hoochie mamas not to come up there with the shouts up their ass and the titties hanging out and shit like that. You don't have a problem with them. You don't have a problem with them coming up in the school looking like who did it and why. You accept that type of shit. All day. You accept the worst of the worst walking through your school building, come getting their kids cussing and fussing and loud as all outdoors. You hands off. You're hands off with them type of mamas. You can't do nothing with them. You ain't stopping them coming in the building. You ain't stopping them from cussing and fussing and want to fight teachers and students and other shit like that. Oh no, you can't stop them. You better not stop them. But a lady picking her kids up and you know she on OnlyFans, you want to suspend the kids. You want to suspend the kids because their mama does OnlyFans. But the mama that don't give a fuck about the kids, you want to welcome her in with open arms. I'm trying to understand this as I get old. I mean, I'm already, 44? I'll be 45 this year. I'm trying to understand how the fuck, like the contradiction, the hypocrisy. You don't know this parent is a bad parent because she does OnlyFans. You just judge them because she does OnlyFans. And the one that's a bad parent, you say, fuck it. Let her have it. Make it make sense. Make it make sense to me. I would love for somebody to come out the sky and tell me that a parent you know nothing about is wrong because of what she do in her spare time. And the one that's with the shit, you literally talk to her with a smile on your face. Make it make sense to me. And here we have an 18-year-old girl, legal age of consent. She's grown. She can do what she want to do. Decide to make her a couple of dollars on OnlyFans. We don't know if she's a bad student. We don't know if she get these teachers problems. We don't know what her grade point ever look like. All I know is she was a cheerleader. I don't know if she failed a grade. I don't know if she started school late. All I know is she's a cheerleader. And 18. I can't sit there and say she's not allowed to wear a bikini because if you go to a beach or a water park, chances are you'll see a 15, 16, 17, 18-year-old young lady wearing a bikini, whether it's a one piece or a two piece. We see that. We know we see this. Women see this, men see this. You have other boys that's around their age that see this. You have other girls around their age that see this. So we can't just sit there and say about her wearing a bikini, she's in total violation of somebody's eyeballs. I done seen worse on Netflix. She making a little money, showing off her body. You don't know what the severity of the content is. We just know she making a couple of dollars on the site. You're going to expel her. That means that if she is in her senior year of high school, you literally took her last couple of months of high school away from her. She won't get her diploma. She won't get that cap and gown. None of that shit. Why? Indecent exposure. That's what you want to say. She grown. See the catch-22? But while you sit there and say that this young lady that's making money on OnlyFans is terrible, is a pariah, is a problem child, you literally will wrap your arms around a 15-year-old that's 6 months pregnant in 10th grade. You will literally try to find as much of a support system for this 15-year-old that's pregnant in 10th grade. You have counselors, you have everybody trying to tell her it's going to be all right. It's okay. You made a mistake. You fucked up. You want to give her sex education pamphlets, all that good shit. I lost my virginity in 7th grade to a 14-year-old. I was 12. And you want me to feel sorry for the 15-year-old that's pregnant. You want me to wrap my arms around the 15-year-old that's pregnant. Or worse, get caught fucking and sucking in the school. You give her a minor suspension for getting caught fucking in the boys' locker room. The whole football team is circled around this little girl. The basketball team is circled around this little girl. And I'm supposed to feel sorry for her because she didn't let this many niggas run up inside of her. She know no better. I lost my virginity to a 14-year-old. You gonna tell me because she's 15 and pregnant, she know no better? MTV made a whole living off of Teen Mom. MTV made a whole living off of Teen Mom exploiting 15, 16, 17-year-old girls for being pregnant. They made a mint off of Teen Mom. And my wife watched damn near every episode. And damn near every time I saw her watching, I said, don't you feel some type of way watching this shit? Don't you feel some type of way watching these little girls walking around with these big ass bellies and they just getting exploited? And my wife would sit up here and try to explain to me their backstory. Like, I don't care about their backstory. She's 16 and pregnant. What's left for me to understand? You want to tell me about the baby daddy? You want to tell me about the family and all that type of shit? I'm like, MTV making money off this motherfucker being pregnant. But the woman that's making money, making content, is the bad one. The motherfucker that's pregnant, y'all support them with open arms. They have nothing wrong to say about them. Love them to death. And I would sit there and tell my wife, what if that was our daughter that's 15 and pregnant? How would you feel? You'll feel like you was a terrible parent if my daughter was 15 and pregnant. Wouldn't you? And just like in typical fashion with most women, but it wasn't. She didn't get pregnant. It don't matter if she did or didn't. How would you feel if it happened? Because you ain't got no problem watching somebody else's daughter go through all this type of shit, and you trying to understand this, that, and the third about a 15, 16-year-old getting pregnant. You want to try to understand why they showing this shit and making money off this shit. You ain't got no problem trying to understand that shit, but when it hits home, when it's your own, you don't want nobody paying attention to this shit. You don't want nobody talking about this shit. You don't want nobody to say nothing about this shit because it make you look bad. That nigga pass judgment. Then nigga say you a shitty parent. Whatever the case may be. But just lucky that it didn't happen, so you ain't got to explain shit to nobody. But you could pass judgment on somebody else shit. And the one that's of legal age, 18 is legal consent. Last time I checked, she 18. The one that's 18 that's legal decided to make a couple of dollars, she terrible. She the bad guy. Cast her out. We're gonna support the one that's got no, we're gonna support the one that shouldn't be doing what she doing in the first place. The one that's legal can do what the fuck she want to do, she terrible. But the funny thing about this is 18 years old is that if she didn't give a fuck about walking across that stage, she can go get her GED. Won't even make her no difference. If she didn't have plans on going to college, guess what? Y'all done fast forward her to go and do what the fuck she finna do anyway. What she was gonna keep on doing on the fan, get her a job at a warehouse, at a restaurant, fast food, security, whatever the fuck it may be. Y'all done fast forward her to go and say, fuck school, I can go and do what the fuck I'm finna do. Like she can't take online classes somewhere. Like y'all literally did what? I'm trying to understand it. I'm trying to understand it, but I know I ain't gonna understand it because somebody somewhere gonna try to make somebody somewhere gonna try to make it make sense that the one that's the fuck up is literally better than the one that's legal. We go through this shit every day. We're not hearing motherfuckers talking about it's not the criminals' fault for being criminals. It's your fault for having the shit they want. If that ain't the biggest pile of shit I've ever heard in my life, you gonna blame me for having nice shit. And it's not their fault that they want my shit. It's my fault for having it. That's stupid. But that's the route we gonna go down just to avoid accountability. Motherfucker trying to pass law. Don't pull them over if they tags out. Don't pull them over if the back light fucked up. You're stereotyping that they might be up to something. Chances are if I pull their ass over, they up to something. You're trying to stop police from pulling motherfuckers over because you know the motherfucker they pull over up to something. But you're saying they're stereotyping. Oh, y'all ain't doing nothing but doing black folk wrong. Like, I'm in the hood. I'm in Memphis. Chances are, if I pull you over as a police officer, your tags out, and the light fucked up, and all type of shit going on, chances are you up to something. Chances are you up to something, but you want to sit here and make it my fault as the police officer that I pulled over a criminal. Yep. The world is a piece of shit. Mm-hmm. And speaking of which, what I just said finna segue into some other shit. Speaking of that 18-year-old, for all my guys out there that thought this was gonna be their escape plan to a better relationship, to get some chick under the age of 25 that's young and fresh out of high school and all that good shit right there, you fucked up. Yeah, for all these single individuals, single men out there that thought that their best plan to keep hold of traditional women, traditional values and shit like that was to get this little young girl that was 18, 19 years old that didn't have a fully developed brain but was pretty as hell and had a nice little body and shit like that. Yep, y'all fucked up. And me and guys like me been telling you motherfuckers is that, bro, these little young girls been fucking since 6th, 7th grade. Me and people like me been telling you individuals that these girls, the ones y'all feel like it's y'all last lifeline to having anything called traditional, I've been telling y'all for a minute. They've been fucking since middle school. Some of their body counts is higher than females that's 28. And they barely 18. And this was your last chance to what? What was you gonna do? You're now you're in the situation where now you're dealing with an 18, 19-year-old that got just as many bodies as the 28-year-old. You gonna go against your principles? You gonna go against what you believe in with that body count shit? What you gonna do? What are you men gonna do now is now that you know for a fact that the 18-year-old has a body count that's equal or greater than the 28-year-old body count. What's the next play? You gotta pick one now. Which one you gonna pick? And chances are y'all still gonna pick the 18-year-old because you can't tell a 28-year-old woman shit. She's already stuck in her ways. She already convinced of this, that, and the third. She already doing what she doing. So you still gonna pick the 18-year-old with the high body count. And do what? And do what? Now you're going to marry the 18-year-old that got a high body count too? So that goes back to the whole body count conversation. Does it matter? Does it really matter if you still gonna pick the young junk that got a high body count versus the one that's your age that got a high body count? Does it even matter? Does body count even matter? Because you can't hit me with the argument no more if the ones you want that just a high body count is the ones you don't want. You can't hit me with the argument no more. It's mute. It's a null and void argument going forward. And we're not even going to talk about going overseas. They got a body count too. They got a body count too. So again, the whole body count conversation that y'all love to have and trying to shame women into keeping their legs closed and all that type of shit, bro, it don't work. What is she, 18, 28, 38? It don't work. They're fucking. Accept it. Deal with it. Embrace it. The chance of you running into a virgin is slim to none. You can do the numbers however you want to do it. If she been smashing since 7th grade, since she was 12 years old, at least twice a year, up to the age of 30, what's that? What's that? Two boys a year times 18 years is what? 36 boys by the time she's 30. 36 boys then ran up inside her since she was 12, and this just on a 2 times a year. So 12, 6, that's 12 boys between 12 and 18. And for some of y'all, 12 is too many. And then if she tell you whatever number, you're going to add your number to it and sit there and say, if she tell you 5, you're going to say 15. So if she tell you 12, you're going to say 30. Where's your perfect female at now? Where's she at? Where's she at? Because she sure ain't coming out of high school no time soon. Where's she at? She ain't overseas. Where's she at? I'm trying to find her. How about one of my favorite movies of the 80s, Weird Science? How about y'all put some bras on y'all head, get a Barbie doll, hook up some battery cables to the motherfucker, play with your laptops a little bit to create the perfect woman, hook up the cords to the Barbie doll, hope a lightning bolt out the sky strike your fucking house so you can create the perfect woman that's got magical powers. And if you can do that, or go inside a laboratory and clone the perfect woman, just like when Cobra made Serpentor, and when they went and got all the blood, the DNA of all the rulers and dictators of the world, and they created Serpentor. Either that or do some science type shit, some magic shit, and create the perfect woman. And when you do that, market that shit. Put that shit on for sale. Make some money off that shit. But I did not forget. Let me go back. Hold up. Let me use my dumb South nigga logic. Y'all already spending money for life-size dolls. You already in pre-order for life-size dolls. And depending on how you want these chicks to look, is how much money you going to spend, because you don't want the base model. And you're going to sit there and tell me that's the better investment. A doll. A doll. Y'all must ain't never seen that episode of Black Mirror when the lady husband died in a car wreck while she was pregnant with his baby. And she, in mourning, she missed her husband. She wished her husband to be back. And one of her friends, miraculously out the blue, hooked up with this website where you can literally download all his memories and the memories will call you. You can literally talk to your dead husband. And if you willing to spend a little bit more money, you can go from just a voice recording to we can send you a doll in a box. Just put it in some water with a little bath salt, little Epsom salt and green alcohol, and give it a little time, and it's gonna be your husband again. Look just like your husband, walk like your husband, talk like your husband. And it was fun for a minute that she got her husband back and she was able to have sex and do all the type of things she missed doing with her husband. And over time, it got boring because the motherfucker didn't have no emotions, no feelings, no nothing. It got to the point by the end of the episode, the motherfucker was living in the attic. And his 5-year-old daughter. Go ahead. Go on, call whoever you need to call in China, Japan, or Singapore, whatever the case may be. Go on, get your pre-orders ready. Make sure you get the one with the red head and the freckles, with the nice little full C and the 36, 38-inch hips. Go ahead and do that. Go ahead. Go right ahead. You go ahead. I ain't gonna stop you. Go right the fuck ahead. If that's your best out, go ahead. Have fun with it. Now, what y'all came here for, the topic. It is almost, I give y'all about 15 more minutes. I gotta call my daughter back, see what the fuck she had going on. Being a nice guy. The whole nice guy trap that a lot of you guys have fell into since birth. It's crazy, ain't it? The biggest catch-22 that men have to go through. You're damned if you do, you're damned if you don't. I understand. To see from birth, us men, we physically strong, we aggressive, we're dominant. We have all that going through our DNA, through our genes. It's in our bone structure, it's in our muscle mass, it's everything. We're built to be the dominant species. But somehow, some way, society told us being physically strong and aggressive, assertive, being dominant was toxic. You literally have to suppress all that shit that's going inside of you, that what makes you a man, what makes you a young man, what makes you a young boy. All that shit that's pumping inside of you, literally have to suppress it because it's considered toxic. Why? You have women saying, oh, it's all right for them to be emotional and to cry and then like, okay, yeah. As a young boy, yeah, it's all right for you to cry if you fall off your bike and fuck your knee up and shit like that, and you got a little scraping blood and coming down your knee and shit like that. Yeah, it's all right to cry. It's all right to cry if you burnt your hand on the stove. It's all right to cry in certain situations. I'm not gonna accept you crying because you got beat in a foot race. I can't accept you crying because you got beat in a video game. I can't accept the fact of you crying because you out there playing competitive sports and you mad because you lose and you want to have a temper tantrum. I don't accept crying. I don't accept emotional breakdowns. I never accepted it from my daughter. I never accepted it from my son. I don't have a problem telling my son he acting like a pussy in a certain situations. I remember the first time I went to the hospital when he was in 8th grade. He cried. He cried in front of his basketball coach. His coach told me he was crying. He said, I know why he was crying. He said he didn't want to see his dad in the hospital. That I can accept. That I can accept. You crying because you missed shots, I can't accept that. So somehow, some way, society done told us young men, us grown men, us boys that being a man is wrong. This is what we want y'all to be. This is what we need y'all to be in order for us to function as a society. We need y'all to tone down the aggressiveness. Be a little bit more passive. Be a little bit more feminine, flaccid. Don't be as strong. Don't be an asshole. Be a little bit more passive, more docile. We'll appreciate you more. Have you ever, as a man, as a young boy, you got little brothers, and I got two of them. As growing up, and the one that stayed with me, loved wrestling, and he always wanted to wrestle me. And I'm bigger than him, taller than him, all that type of shit. But he wanted to wrestle. He thought he was Bret Hart, Sting, all that type of shit. Wanted to fly off the bed like he was Macho Man and all that. I'm like, okay, bro, we gonna wrestle. But me, I'm a little bit. I'm one of them guys. I'm pushing the sharpshooter, the figure four leg. Like I'm a submission technician. I'm gonna put you in the move. I'm gonna make you give up. I'm gonna make you give up. That's how I operated when we were wrestling. I'm gonna make you give up. I'm gonna make you tap out. I know I'm gonna make you tap out. And growing up, wrestling with my little brother, he wanted to wrestle, and I'm like, I don't make you tap out. Make you tap out. Put him in one of my little moves, get the stretching body parts every which way, and he's only so long that he trying to hold on, then he get to hitting that flow. And if he don't hit the flow, you know what his other option was? Mama! Now I gotta let him go. You sitting up here want to wrestle with me, thank you Hulk Hogan, Ultimate Warrior, and all that type of shit. You coming, hitting on me like I'm a punching bag. And I'm sitting there taking it because I'm big brother. And I'm sitting up here like all I gotta do is one move and it's over with. And as soon as I push you in the move, you want to call mama. Mama come telling me I'm wrong. Mama come telling me you supposed to know better. You ain't supposed to beat on your little brother like that. The whole rigmarole. You know the script if you got little brothers. You ain't supposed to do them like that. But little brother's retarded. I keep on telling y'all, I'm quit using that word. Little brother got a problem. He got a point to prove. So after he gonna call mama, and I had to get up off of him, let him go. She go back upstairs or whatever the case may be. Guess what little brother want to do? Little brother want to come right back and act like I just didn't have his ass about to cry. Just for me to go through all this shit all over again. My son and my nephew go through that now. My nephew 11, 12 years old, my son 16. And for some strange reason, my nephew believe he can whoop my son ass. Now, mind you, my son almost 6 feet, 200 plus pounds. My nephew was about 5'6", 5'7", 110. And for some strange reason, he believe he can whoop my son ass. And my son get to playing with him and shit like that. And all he got to do is one move. He get to crying for his mom. My son auntie. And she get up and she mad because her son crying. She the one look at my son and be wanting to hit my son. Then my wife had to jump in and say, wait a minute. Your son fucking with my son. My son got the better of your son. You mad at my son because my son whooped your son's ass. Tell your son leave my son alone. Your son shouldn't be putting out his big ass hands and shit on my son. Your son shouldn't be trying to swing his little bone ass on my son. Back and forth. And I be sitting there looking at that. I be like, bro, what the fuck the problem is? Because somehow, some way, my son supposed to play nice. My son's supposed to press all his strength, all his aggressiveness, all his dominance, his big cousin. He's supposed to press it and let little cousin whoop his ass. Now, if little cousin can't whoop his ass, he called out for mama. Now, mama want to jump in and say, my son is wrong for not letting her son win. You see where I'm going with this nice guy trap? This is what society will tell you guys, is that no matter what, you're supposed to not be who you are to let the weaker individuals win. You're not supposed to reign dominant over the weaker individual because it ain't fair for the weaker individuals. It ain't fair. Life ain't fair. Better man wins. Better woman wins. It ain't fair. But it is what it is. So you go through your whole adolescence knowing that you can dominate, but you're being told not to dominate. Because it ain't fair for the ones that can't beat you. It ain't fair. And I seen just about me coaching basketball from 3rd grade all the way up to my son was in 8th grade. In 3rd grade, it was boys that were bigger than my son. That was the same age as my son. That was bigger than my son. Taller than my son. I didn't tell my son to back down. I didn't tell my teams to back down. I told them go out there and play ball. They're the same age as you. Who gives a fuck about how tall they are? Go at their motherfucking ass. If they beat you, they beat you, but you ain't finna play. You're not finna play scared. If they beat you, they beat you. But you're not finna go out there and play scared. And I'm not finna ask their coach to take out their best players so my players can win either. I'm not finna tell no coach to take out their better players so my players can catch up and win. No. I'm not finna do that. Best team win. Best team win. But somehow, some way, we've been told as men is that even at our best, we're still supposed to let the weaker people win. It looks good on you. Let them win. Let them have that one. You can beat them whenever you want to beat them. Let them have that one. That's where the lack of competitiveness came from. The lack of aggression came from because you're being told year in and year out, decade after decade to say, quit being masculine. Be a nice guy. Let somebody else win every now and then. That's why a lot of people say LeBron ain't the killer that Kobe and MJ was because he's a nice guy. That's why a lot of players, a lot of people don't respect LeBron like they respect Jordan, like they respect Kobe because he's not a killer. He's a nice guy. 6'9", 250. Most dominant player I ever seen in my life is considered a nice guy because he's not aggressive. He's not the aggressive assassin that Jordan was and Kobe was. Y'all don't respect him. But when you look at his numbers, it's like Jordan ain't doing the numbers he did. He might have won more trophies, but LeBron, the overall better player. If I sit there and say Kobe was better than Jordan, y'all gonna argue with me. And Kobe did exactly what Jordan was doing and probably was doing it better. Because Jordan didn't have a jumper. Kobe had a jumper. That's another argument for another day. We had that argument a whole nother day about basketball. But the thing is that the bigger individual is considered a pussy by some people's standards because he's a nice guy. And a lot of you guys fall in that same category. Pussies. Why you a pussy? Because you let society tell you to be a pussy. In order for everybody to feel good. Everybody need a participation trophy. So don't play them hard. Don't be as competitive. Don't be as dominant. Let them win a little bit. Let them make them feel good. Make them feel good. And you hear this shit over and over and over and over again until you become a grown man. And then you become a grown man and you heard this shit over and over and over again to let the weaker individual beat you. One of the things I used to hate coming home from work was going to get my son from the gym. And all it took for my son to downplay little boys in the hood that he can beat with one hand tied behind his back. It used to bother me so much that when I would come home from work, pick him up from the gym, and one of these little boys I know can't beat my son, run out the gym. Soon they see me, Coach Dog, I beat little dog. And I'm looking at him and I'm looking at my son. I'm like, what happened? You know what my son tell me? Well, I really didn't play him that hard. Yeah, all that bullshit. I'm like, bro, you know that's all they need right there to let them win, for them to make it seem like they just better than you. That's all they need. It's for you to downplay them, don't play them as hard, let them shoot whatever the fuck they gonna shoot, all that good shit, and then they come running to me talking about they beat you. I said, these little boys in this neighborhood look at you as like the truth. Especially when he was in middle school. They look at him like, man, you can't stop him. You can't stop little dog. Little dog got in the gym range. As soon as he get in the gym, he's shooting that motherfucker. That's how they looked at him as like a stocky Steph Curry. There's not a shot he can't make inside the gym. And I'm sitting there like, bro, you know this little motherfucker right there that's smaller than you just gonna brag to anybody that's willing to listen that he beat you? You know that, right? You know you're not gonna hear the end of it because you literally let this man beat you. Why you playing nice? I don't even need no bother me. I'm like, bro, don't do that. Don't do that. Because then when it's time to play somebody that's on your level or better, then what? Now it just so happened that he will kick it up a notch when he playing somebody that the city consider one of the better players in the city. He will kick it up a notch. He will get up for that, you know what I'm saying? But around the neighborhood, the folks that he know he can beat, he let them beat them. Like, bro, don't do that. You need to be in attack mode at all times. You playing. And some of you guys that did that shit for so long, y'all don't know how to get out of it. Because the minute you get aggressive with somebody, they're gonna say you wrong. But the minute you let them win, they brag like you ain't shit. They gonna tell you ain't shit because they beat you. That's crazy. Like when my son first started playing PlayStation against me, I was getting on his head. Madden 2K, you ain't gonna beat me. I'm not gonna let you beat me either. You gonna have to beat me to beat me. And he would get mad. My wife was like, God let him beat you one good time. If I let him beat me one good time, he gonna think he did some shit. No, he gonna have to beat me. That just is what it is. He gonna have to beat me. And when he finally beat me, I gave him his props. I said, it took you long enough to beat me, finally. So after hearing this shit over and over again into your adulthood and you doing right by motherfuckers and they pat you on the back for doing right, but then as soon as you do right, then they say, yeah, you a pussy because you did right. That's the catch-22 a lot of you individuals be in. A lot of you men be in this catch-22. Because if you do right, you get pissed on. You get called weak, you get called a pussy, all that good shit. But if you do wrong, guess what? Toxic masculinity. Toxic masculinity. You're damned if you do, you're damned if you don't. And I'm going to tell you this right here. Get out the trap. Get out that nice guy trap. Embrace your inner asshole. Embrace it. Set your boundaries. Do what you got to do for you first. If it so happens what you stand on is going to benefit somebody around you, so be it. If you standing on some shit and somebody get mad at that shit, so be it. Fuck it. Embrace who the fuck you is, my guy. Don't sit up here and let society tell you how to move. Don't sit up here and let these women tell you how to move to benefit them, to make them feel special. Move how the fuck you gonna move and let the chips fall where they may. Either they're gonna rock with it or they're gonna leave you the fuck alone. One or two. Either they're gonna rock with you doing what you do, or they're gonna leave you the fuck alone. That's why I have not a problem. I have not a problem telling motherfuckers I'm the bad guy. I'm the asshole. I'm the dickhead. I ain't got no problem telling the motherfucker that shit. Because of what I stand on. Because what I believe in. Either you like what I stand on or you hate it. My mother-in-law just came over here, what's the day? Thursday, Tuesday, to wash her motherfucking clothes. Didn't say 2 words to me. You know why? Because Sunday, we got into it. And I cussed her motherfucking ass out. Then she come back over here and got 2 words to say to me. I'm like, I don't give a fuck. I said what I said. I said what I said. You need what I got more than I need what you got. I said what I said, cussed your motherfucking ass. I told you all type of dumb ass shit. Didn't give a fuck what you were finna do after that shit. You over my house washing clothes. You mad at me because I cussed your ass. I don't give a fuck. I'm still being nice because you ain't got to come over and wash your fucking clothes. I can go make you spend $10, $15 at the laundromat to wash your motherfucking clothes, but I'm being nice. I'm helping you save some money. After I cussed your ass out and offered you something to eat. But you ain't finna play with me and expect for me to change, expect for me to bow down to you because you my mother-in-law, you a woman, you light skinned. Which one of it did you want me to bow down to? None of them, because I ain't going. I play nice when I want to play nice. I play by my motherfucking rules. If the rules benefit you, so be it. If they don't benefit you, they don't benefit you. I'm not finna budge. I advise a lot of you motherfuckers that's out there that's in this motherfucking nice guy trap. Quit playing nice. Do what the fuck you gotta do for self. And whoever gonna rock with you, they're gonna be right there with you. If they don't like it, guess what? They weren't meant to be around you in the first place. Fuck them. Man, family, woman, fuck them. Tell them kiss your motherfucking ass and keep it pushing. And I promise you, some of the shit y'all nigga go through now, you won't go through it no more. I put that on everything. So, with that being said, I'm finna get up out of here. I'm gonna call my daughter back. I'm finna get ready to go to this baseball game in a little bit. See my son. He ain't pitching today. He playing third base. But he pitching the next game. So, but I'm finna go see. He got a pretty nice swing. You know what I'm saying? He got a pretty nice swing. But I'm finna take care of some more business. I hope y'all appreciated my hour. If you ain't like this, please like this. Likes are free. Share this. And if you haven't hit the subscribe button, hit the subscribe button. My goal to 1,200 by the end of April. I'm hoping I can get there. I'm almost at 1,100. So help me get there. I surely appreciate it. And until next time, I'm holla at y'all.